Look who's running! Oh my god! When did we run from you? When did we run from you guys? Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? Oh, look at that! Yeah, fuck you! You got killed.
He thought he was going to be slick.
He thought he was going to be slick. Keep it going, gentlemen.
Union charging from the top as well. This is their chance to take it back. Here we are with an estimated 320-player historical rules event. Our first round up today is going to be the Maryland Heights, followed up by the Bolivar Heights camp here. The regiments playing in today's event, and the total server population with that in mind is 320 on the dot. Union right now up by 8 on the CSA side. In terms of artillery, there is no artillery, at least on this map, so the infantry imbalance is going to be 8 in favor of the Union side. Frontline reporters for today. Union perspective, you have Canada here from the 20th Georgia, and on the CSA side, you have Shifty from the Hamptons Legion. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what's going on in the sky. If you're playing in this match, send me a link to your POV, and we can put that in the pinned comment of the video. So, Maryland Heights, it was roughly a 17-18% advantage to the attacking CSA side. However, with the developer changes to the ticket balance that they did about a month ago, the Union got a buff in tickets of about a 17-18%. So tickets are dead even on this map. No one side has an advantage. The attacking CSA side, they have the 3rd South Carolina with the Springfield 61 in the Enfield, and they also have the 18th Mississippi with the option of the Enfield, the Springfield 55, and the Springfield 42. Union defense, on the other hand, they have the 126th New York with the Enfield, and the 32nd Ohio with the option of the Springfield 61 and the Lorenz. Now, you'll note on this map, the point of contention is down the hill, but everyone's going to the top of the hill because that's the ground you want. You want the high ground. Anakin learned that lesson very well. But both sides trying to get to the top of this hill. If you can get the top of the hill, CSA can use it, if they take it, to then just push down the hill through all the trees to the point and completely shut the Union out, because the Union main spawn is on the bottom of the hill. It takes them a long time. Union can't lose the top. It's devastating. We'll see how it goes, but Union usually lose this map pretty badly too. So some charging here from LFL. No bayonets. That's why they don't have them until the 30-minute mark. Sorry, until someone hits engage, that's when no bayonets. There's no sprinting until the 30-minute mark. So, Midwest Brigade up here, taking some shots. You got the AGL, A&V, 20th Georgia, Jenkins Brigade, all clumped together, shooting it out with the CSA. Huge lines on the opposite side. This is the Historicals event, so they'll have their double ranks here too. And look at how many Union guys are crammed in here. That's a beauty, isn't it? Not a whole lot of them shooting back yet, but CSA side at least spreading out their battle line. Hampton Legion up front, getting shots their way so far.
Maintain a double rank.
Give them the bucking ball, gentlemen. Bucking ball.
So it's always a little weird watching this map just because it's a big hill. And so it's like we're watching with the camera straight, but it's not like I can rotate it to make the line look flat. It's a little weird like that. But you have Hampton's Legion here. From left to right for CSA, you got 2 Corps French with the French Legion, so the Frenchies by each other there. This is a European event. They have Germans, French, English, probably some Spanish, maybe some Dutch. Although the developers of the game are Dutch, so, you know, there's probably a Dutch guy in here. But you got Hood's Division along the Mississippi in the center. 88th New York, part of NYV further forward with Beef to their right. Taking shots, and you have a couple CSA guys starting to move down the hill. TKO, 12th BA, and some IVB. And I mean, they're putting themselves near the point. Now, it could make sense for CSA to early cap just to stop the timer, but, I mean, right now, you're kind of not too worried on time if you're the CSA, just because there hasn't been a charge yet, and the charges are really when things are going to be decided on this map. Now, in this event, time is usually a factor. A significant factor just because the sides don't move out once the round starts at the 45-minute mark. They move out at the 42-minute mark. And then on top of that as well, right, there's no sprinting until the 30-minute mark. And so it can be difficult for an attacker to, you know, charge. So for now, CSA wants to keep the shootout going. The officers in the event, they don't have a Steam chat. They have to talk to each other in game or see what their friendlies are doing and react from there. I know we went over some of the Union groups, but you got Texas Guards here. Then you got Midwest Brigade, 5th New Hampshire, Jenkins Brigade, 20th Georgia, 6th Arkansas, A and V, AGL I assume is in there. And some more Union, a lot more Union back. You got Serpents Brigade, CVA, and then the other part of NYV in the 6th New York with some 4th New Jersey in the line.
6 New York to the left, double quick.
So Union lines trying to just copy where CSA mimic them a little bit. I mean, that's what you want to do as defender. You don't want 12th PA or TKO ramping up on your flank. That's why you got like 6 New York moving up here, I assume. Not a bad idea as long as you're in cover.
You have the hard cover, boys. You have the hard cover.
I will say, what I did forget to mention in the intro sequence is the 53rd Ohio was supposed to be on Union, but they balanced over to CSA, so appreciate their help with that. Apologies for not mentioning that, you know, when it showed the regiments on screen. So far, it looks like Union's slightly winning on the ticket battle. CSA? No, it's Union. I was like, whoa, they're up there. But question I kind of wonder is the CSA regiment with the Springfield 42 taking it? The buck and ball option. I assume. Yeah.
Give him the buck and ball.
Well, yeah, thank you, Gene. You answered my question. So they're using the shotguns. We love the Springfield 42. That, you know, out of all the Civil War weapons that I'd want to buy, I want to get a Springfield 42. It just, well, I joined the IVB back in 2020, and I've been playing with, I played with them for about a year, and so I would very much like the Springfield 42, which on this website I went on, which it's out of stock, and I don't even know if this is like a good price or not for it. $1,584.34 in American dollars, which is a lot.
Just the left of that tree. Take aim.
What do we want? A month of rent or a weapon?
Prepare. Oh my good lord! There were people there. There were Yankees. There were Yankees. I don't know where they've gone. You've got rid of them.
They vanished.
Checks when ready.
Playing hide and go seek. I mean, the Union line, it looks like they're just slowly falling more and more back to keep that distance with the CSA, which is with half the CSA team using the bucket ball, keeping that distance going further and further away. It's supposed to help the rifles out more. Now, I have not tested the weapons in game to know if the rifles are superior at distance to the Springfield 42 using bucket ball. But the general opinion is that the rifles are a lot better at long range than shotguns, and I think that just makes sense as well. Usually with the 42s, you have to aim a lot higher up in the air just due to the bullet drop that happens with that. So, I mean, you could still shoot far with the 42s, but it's going to be different than anything else. So, TKO's trying to wrap around this Union left side, as the Union left looks like they just got shot off, and they're kind of condensing up a little more.
You're not good enough, buddy. You're not good enough.
Yep, that's why he just got shot.
God. Okay. All right.
And you can see the bucket ball there. One shot gets two.
MV, your left, a la gauche. It's getting fucked by bucking ball.
All right, come on, lads.
And that's the glories of it, that's for sure. Look how many Union guys are in here. This is great.
It's still there, boys. It's still there. Same position. See that flag?
Top right again, top right again, top right again.
Historical rules event.
Northwest.
Always phenomenal, especially on high pop. Especially high pop. Where I think it shines. Uh-oh. Poor Giggity Goo. He just got warned. Very sad. Not Giggity Goo. That's it. That rolls off the tongue. And I mean, that's a weird thing to say. I don't know. It's just weird to say that. Giggity Goo. I think he was spectating. That's why he warned them. I want people cheating, that's for sure. A and V shifting due to that flank. They're hitting TKO. I assume 12th VA side.
All enemy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed.
Well,
And TKO is going to shift out a little bit. And so both sides fairly even on tickets. Union slightly up as we're a couple minutes away from the 30-minute mark. CSA is going to have to push the pace here. Now, just because if you're trying to keep a normal pace, you got to hit the Union defense down to engage that next morale stage by the 30-minute mark, and CSA's only got them halfway down. The thing is, though, right, is if CSA wins a charge on the top of the hill and pushes the Union down and early caps the point, then time's not really an issue. I mean, CSA just has to win one charge on top of the hill, and more often than not, they'll take the game. But, of course, with the ticket balance change, who knows? We'll see. I think I watched a match of this map a while ago after they did the ticket balance change, though. And it was a lot more competitive than what it originally was, which would make sense, right? You give the defenders more tickets, and they're losing a lot. You know, they're going to perform a little better. Now, they still didn't win, but that's besides the point.
Spawning people in front on the right. That's why.
Wait for this.
So it looks like some CSA inching forward on the left, 88th New York.
be quick, be
Just
quick
trying to
with
use
the
the log here as cover.
Make sure you're in formation. Checks when you're ready, boys.
So question is, will the CSA push forward now that sprinting is a go? I'm hearing charge. You could see the battle flag of the CSA side moving, and they're going to go in. First charge of the day for the CSA side. Will they win? Union has to hold, or the chance of them winning goes down significantly.
Guide on me. Come with me. Come with me.
Hey, Chubby! Get into him, boys. Hey, stop shooting my friends. That's very rude. Don't shoot my friends.
So CSA winning the charge. Some of them just kind of getting close to shooting it out. A couple still charging this.
Take these books and hold them.
Mr. Officer, hello. Run away. You're dead. Get into him. Go.
And again, Union can't lose. The CSA flags starting to move back to their original defensive line. You have some CSA on the bottom of the hill behind the Union. Union line still holding, and they're countercharging this. Union should try to get CSA flags if able, and looks like that's what they're going to try to do here.
Fix bales, fix bales. Fix bayonets.
So CSA hit engage. You can hear them down there. They're going to put bayonets. Union flag ran really far forward there. It's down.
Fix bayonets.
Brace, boys. Brace, brace, brace. Here they come.
Fall back.
So kind of a draw there, all things considered. CSA flags did get out. I'm going to guess they're back there, although you do have a CSA group flanking around the bottom. Huge win for the Union side, though. It's 2 Corps French that are behind. 2nd U.S. Cav, some LFL further down with their flag.
Tuez-le là à droite. Possible en nord-est. Si vous voulez tuer des gens en nord-est, c'était bon aussi. C'est dommage. Fallait être meilleur au jeu.
Il y a tous les flags en nord si vous voulez. Hein.
Ouais, il y en a un qui nous a vu d'ailleurs. N'hésitez pas à descendre des flags qui sont sur notre nord-est, messieurs.
Ils se barrent.
Devant, ils sont pas en ville, hein.
It's so fascinating hearing other languages. Do I understand a single thing? Nope, but besides the point. So, Union side, huge hold for them. I mean, I don't... The thing that I saw was the CSA side, they charged up, and some of them didn't charge, and some of them just sat back and shot it out. which maybe could work with the bucket ball. Some of the CSA flanking from the bottom here, so it just looks like they weren't really going in together. The whole team was doing inconsistent things, which let the Union kind of take advantage and feed in detail. So Union focusing on the bottom. If I were Union, I would charge this out. You just held a huge charge and you threw some CSA flags back. You know, maybe pushing this is the right idea.
Come on, line it up, right here, right here, right here. Line it up between the rock and the... Oh, that's...
But it looks like only A and B was moving there, and they're just going to keep the shootout. CSA team forming up. It's going to take them a few minutes to get back to the fight. I mean, that's the thing for both teams, right? Union main spawn on the bottom of this hill here. You have guys trying to move up, really slow to move that. CSA main spawn is all the way over here. I mean, it takes them a while. Not as bad as the Union, though. So, at least for now, Union maintains the position with both sides and engage. I mean, Union's they're just gonna have to keep holding this the rest of the round because they're doing great on time and time relative to the amount of tickets that everyone has. They're doing phenomenal, but they have to keep winning. If they can keep winning on charges up here, they should win the match. Now, sometimes that could not be true. Like, let's say both sides have like a morale stage and tickets left with 25 minutes. Yeah, Union's probably not gonna win there, or I should say the chance of winning is greatly decreased compared to what it is now. So, because for CSA side right now, they're obviously forming back up, but since they don't have the instant communication of like a Steam chat, they, you know, it's going to take them time to kind of figure out where their team is, assuming they even want to do that. Sometimes they'll just say, screw it, we're going in, which at that point you don't want to be too spread out and defeat in detail, which... Even though CSA's got a semicircle around the Union side, normally pretty bad for a Union position just because you're crossfire from a lot of different directions, but due to the cover of the woods and rocks and everything else in between, it's perfectly fine. And the thing for CSA is if they want to try to charge the Union team out, they're going to have to go in together, and with them being spread out, that might be very difficult to communicate unless they plan for it in like coordination or they're sending runners and waiting for confirmations, etc. So a couple 53rd Ohio guys going forward, skirmishing up there.
Keep on hitting that.
CSA's going to have to go. See,
shots. You're killing a lot of them.
Here's the thing. If I'm CSA side and I'm going to make this a shootout and not charge in, I would early cap point. You're down on tickets right now. And so there's literally no downside for CSA to walk on point, early cap it, early cap attack, a cap before the defenders hit breaking. No downside to early capping, stopping the black timer, and giving yourself as an attacker more time to do a shootout. Because, you know, shootouts are great. Whoever has more tickets will generally win the shootout. Now, since it's even on both sides, whoever has the better skill, which could go either way. I think Union was kind of edging it out throughout the match. But if you want to make it a shootout, sometimes you just can't deal enough of a ticket loss to the defending side. And so you have to find more ways to give yourself more time. And you either charge to bring everyone's tickets down, or you early cap to stop the timer, which 12th Mississippi and 12th VA doing that move, I like it a lot. And there's no downside for them to do this whatsoever. Now, if I'm the Union team, right, they have a decision to make. They can either just sit up here and keep the shootout going, or they can try to go down and either stop this or retake the point, which they'll have to eventually, just because... otherwise, they'll lose the game. And, I mean, if I'm Union, I would move down to try to stop it right now like A and B is, because you've done phenomenal on time. You want that black timer to keep moving, and since CSA are about to cap it, that timer's going to stop.
No, killer, don't do that. I'd really prefer if you didn't.
For you, James. For you and your new life.
So...
Fuck, you just stabbed me, bitch.
CSA early cap, the black timer stops, gold timer begins. If the CSA holds for 12 minutes, they'll win the game. Union flag down, A and B lost the charge. Now Union team will have to charge downhill, and hopefully they can try to do it together. You'll note a good amount of the CSA team is still engaging up top, so if the Union team pushes down the point together, CSA could take the top of the hill. But Union's starting to push down this way. 6 Arkansas, CVA.
Flag right there. Shoot the flag right there.
6 New York as well.
Independent, let 'em-
Independent fire. Fill this line out. Fill this line
And Union should try to retake this point as quickly as possible, just to keep the black timer moving.
Look down, look down.
Flag that.
See that tree?
Hey, shoot that one guy just standing up on that rock.
Right, goals, you crazy.
Shoot that guy.
So, and I mean, you can see A and V, they got wiped. They're down on the bottom of the hill. They'll be up here in about 3-4 minutes. It's ridiculous. So, Union spread out a little more, really close range fighting, which based on the flags you could see down here, like, and we know Hampton's Legion here as well. They got the buck and ball, I think, down here. At least a good part of them do, which will help them a lot if Union decides to charge this. A couple TKO guys going up the side trying to get around for a flank.
Straight ahead. Northeast. Shoot him up with the buck. I can hear you too, Yankee scum. Use the hard cover. Use the rocks.
So, I mean, Union at least has the advantage of the high ground, but I almost wonder if the Union team should all charge up top and then collapse down just to deal with the flank first. I mean, regardless of how Union plays this, Union needs to charge one of the sides together as a team. That's just going to give them the best chance for regardless of what happens. Because War of Rights is a numbers game a lot of the time. 20th Georgia moving down to where TKO's at. And Canada using that pistol very well.
Biggest attendance of 7th Michigan has ever had years ago.
Alright. Are you asking me what's my biggest attendance?
No, I'm just telling you this is your biggest attendance.
Keep up the fire, HD. You was fucking.
How many are you guys bringing right now?
20 something?
Oh yeah, that's.
We
I
brought
brought
42
41.
to EU yesterday.
Yeah, and Pope was one of them. Well, it's actually two of them.
You 7th Michigan contributed too.
Yeah, Soundwave was
Yeah, well we
Thank
brought.
you.
Me and Soundwave were here. Okay?
I know, right? It decreases the skill a little bit of the regiment, but like, you know.
Yo, Morgan, shut up, Morgan.
We love the happenings down there.
7th Michigan's slogan is.
That's crazy.
But Union, I don't know why Union's not pushing this. There's very rarely ever a case for a side that is defending to have their point taken and then not engage. I mean, the only time it would make sense for the Union team here to not try to take the point is if they're winning on the ticketing exchange. Which, I mean, they are, but it's slight. And the other thing, too, is if the battle... And the only time that really is a good idea is if this is a tickets battle, which this is not a tickets battle yet. This is much more a time issue than a tickets issue. So, the Union team should be trying to retake the point, because War of Rights comes down to either a time battle or a ticket battle. If everyone's losing tickets very fast, then it's a tickets battle. You got to try to find an advantage and win on tickets. Whereas this match is much more time because everyone has a lot of tickets respective to the amount of time remaining. I mean, we're halfway through the match and both sides have lost a morale stage and a half, roughly. But Union's starting to push the point here. By that, I mean just a couple guys from Union. A couple POVs going in. So, I mean, I will say Union is, like, gaining on tickets. That is true. CSA charging up top, because Union's moving a lot of their guys down.
Continue charge with me, continue charge with me, continue charge with me, continue charge. Get into him. Hey, don't charge into him, don't charge into him, brace. Yep, stab as they come in here, stab as they come in, hold on. Work together, here we go.
So CSA's got the top of the hill here. Union's making their way down to the point, although some of them turning back upwards. Texas Guards are turning up. 13th Georgia as well.
It's 20 dudes. It's 20 guys then. We're holding the fucking gates open. 11 coming. Climb up if you need to.
So they'll engage.
Make sure behind the rocks.
I mean, I will say, even though I do think Union should retake this quickly, they're kind of gaining on tickets right now. So it's not the worst thing in the world. They've got 6 minutes too, which is a good amount of time. But I mean, how many tickets has each side lost from this counterattack? I mean, CS has lost 3/4 of a stage. Union's lost about a half morale stage right now since the counterattack started. So I mean, this isn't bad, but it isn't good. I mean, if I'm CSA team at this point, right, the ticket gap is growing a little concerning in Union's favor right now. And so if I were them, I'd try to outright hold this for the next 5.5 minutes, win the game, and move on to the second round. But A&V spawns. Looks like they have their flag with AGL. Starting to pressure the west side of CSA on point.
Where we formed them?
NV. Oh shit, I'm locked in right face of the sprint. Let's go.
Right face, sprint. Let's go.
Get your 4 kicks for now then, Georgia.
Oh. Hold it right here, hold it right here. Shoot up into him, shoot up into him. Light him up. Light him up, light him up, light him up.
Fire into them.
So they're starting to pressure, but they were picked up on by HL TKO there. Union numbers starting to dwindle on top of the hill here. I mean, I guess fairly numbers for both sides, or fairly even numbers for both sides. Fairly numbers down here, guys. So, CSA just needs to hold for 4 more minutes than win the game, regardless of the ticket gap.
Please move.
But CSA drops to taking losses.
I need to get past.
So, man, CSA is so close to pushing the Union out. Union side can actually get a bit of ways out here this way, so they can keep pulling back up here if they want. And so, it's always fascinating. I wish the Union main spawn was up here on the overlook instead of the bottom of the hill. It would help the Union side out a lot. And it looks like AGL, 4th New Jersey, 20th Georgia, now AV charging up.
Pull back, HL. Pull back.
Look who's running! Oh my god! When did we run from you? When did we run from you guys? Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? Oh, look at that! Yeah, fuck you! You got killed.
He thought he was going to be slick.
He thought he was going to be slick. Keep it going, gentlemen.
Union charging from the top as well. This is their chance to take it back.
Kill that goddamn. Watch out behind you, Baron.
They're everywhere.
CSA looked so cross there for a second. They were charging downhill right as Union were hitting. A lot of CSA up on top of the hill, though. And, I mean, CSA win on top. 2 Union flags down, it looks like. CSA still has control of the point. So CSA win the charge despite it looking a little hectic for them initially. Union line still here, but they don't have numbers anymore. And the Union just got wiped on top of the hill. They're not going to get up in time to contest the point, really. And if they do, there's going to be like 10 seconds left. So this round's pretty much over.
Yeah. We, I don't know if the rest of our team's going to even make it on a point in time.
They're not.
We're being wrapped on our left.
Hello, Canada. Watch out, man. I got him.
So this is a good one for CSA here. And I mean, you can see what happens when Union loses charges on the top of the hill. If they lose once, it's very difficult for them. It's not impossible to win the game.
Charge. Hello?
Oh, you're dead.
Don't step on my friends.
So good on CSA there. They're not going to let the Union reform up at all. Good on them. And that should do it. And I mean, you could see the... Wow. A couple of Union guys still alive. I guess the main spawn wave is pushing up, so... I guess they'll be able to get on point. 1 minute left. Union's down, though, 3 flags, so if a guy dies from this group, he has to spawn main, so CSA just has to outlast it. Union just has to go in. CSA has more bodies on point. When the clock hits 0, they'll win the game.
I forgot what I was loaded. Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
Don't worry about those guys. Keep going.
Just hold these rocks. Just hold rocks here.
Get your kids.
Take it to the rock.
Get your kids.
Just make sure you're captured.
East, southeast, southeast, east.
We need more bodies. Or we need to kill them.
Yeah, it's a tough decision for Union. I would think they'd want to charge in, because CSA's got... Why is the flag charging down in the Union? And that will do it, so... I mean, nothing crazy there, actually. The fact that the first major charges wasn't really on the top of the hill was kind of a little surprising out of that. I mean, there wasn't really, outside of the last couple seconds, there a huge charge. It was a lot more I guess the CSA initial charge, there was that, but the CSA team wasn't fully involved in that. So, what a fascinating round of Maryland's counterattack. Now that's going to be the second rendition of the map when Union now has to try to retake the point. But yeah, that was a fascinating round. You know, you can see CSA should have early capped. It was great on them. One, they held it and won the game. But even if they didn't held it, right, both sides lost at least 3/4 of a stage at a minimum while the clock wasn't moving down at all, which is exactly what you want as CSA. I mean, Union was just too spread out there at the end. And they both charged in at the same time from top and bottom. Really well timed. Kind of funny. Didn't work, though, because CSA had numerical superiority. Good first round. Sides are going to switch. We'll see y'all shortly for round 2. And here we are with the second round, the Bolivar Heights camp. I've seen so much of Bolivar Heights readout, which, for those of you who don't know, that's the map that's over there. I thought this round was readout, even though the intro of the video and everything was camp. The mind's a wonderful thing. Server population for this round. As a reminder, the sides that switched, so Union last round are now CSA. CSA now Union. CSA up by 7 with a total pop of 357. Both sides have artillery. CSA, holy crap, taking 14. Union taking 3. So the infantry imbalance is going to be about 4 in favor of the Union side. Bolivar Heights camp was about a 13% advantage to the attacking CSA side. However, the developers gave Union a huge buff, and now Union has about a 17% ticket advantage. So that's like a 30% swing in favor of the Union side. This Union defensive side, they have the 39th New York with the Mississippi and the 87th Ohio with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 55. CSA attack, they have the 1st Louisiana Zouaves, who you can tell with the fancy smancy uniforms here. If you don't like symmetry, you won't like these. But they have the Mississippi, and then you also have the 9th Louisiana with the option of the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 42. So CSA is getting up close here. Are these guys with the bucket ball? They are. So CSA is using the bucket ball regiments to get up into the berm of the camp and just do what bucket ball does best and use the shotgun effectively. Meanwhile, the Mississippis looks like they're trying to go out for a flank. Meanwhile, center of the map, Midwest Brigade pushing up. Mind you, again, no sprinting until 30, no bayonets until someone hits engage, but last time I saw this map, Union side won it pretty well. I don't remember what event that was with the ticket balance change, but, you know, CSA is going to have to play it differently because this map always used to be an automatic CSA win. Now with the ticket balance change, not so much. Union's trickling across this. CSA already hits a nice shot there. I think someone got hit with the shell.
They're still coming.
Oh yeah, damn, Job.
I shot him in his ass. See that?
So, you know, and I like what Union did there. It just was poorly executed. I don't know if they had the numbers as well. A and V cuts into the camp area and just shoots on the flank. And beautiful job from CSA here. This was really well executed. Really nice coordination going into the round and plan for it too. Wow. Because, I mean, that's the thing is I mean, CSA could always just brute force their way in, but with the ticket balance change, you never know. I mean, right now, it looks like CSA slightly down on tickets, despite...
I mean, left face, sorry, I was looking the wrong direction.
Huh? Over here on the star.
There's no capturing over here.
Wow. I mean, they're down tickets even though they're dominating this so far. They have one Union flag down. IVB, 7th Michigan Hamptons Legion. Shifting over here. Bright red unis from them.
They're coming up and over. Fuck the ball, boys.
Hey, you guys need to push forward with us a little bit, man. We got him up here. We got him squeezed.
So CSA should be able to pincer these guys here. I mean, Union has the right idea here, at least what they were doing there, right? And with the readout map as well, if CSA gets into the berm or on the outside of it with the buck and ball, it's going to be very deadly for the Union side. So the Union team needs to push the CSA out as soon as possible, which they tried here in the center, and it failed. So more Union shifting around on the point here. Hood's Division, TKO. 2nd U.S. Cab already here picking up that down flag.
Yes,
I mean, these should be some nice shots for the CSA side here, although Union's got the case on. Union right side is essentially falling back. I mean, a lot of the CSA team is just not even engaged here, and the buck and ball regiments for CSA are handling business right now. I mean, tickets fairly even. Union slightly up. Union has a down flag here, too. So, I like what HL and IVB is doing here. Right, they're kind of surrounded, but they punched out the CSA group here, forced them back. Now they can turn around and focus on the couple 6 Arkansas guys that are there and get that down flag back.
Alright, gentlemen, remember you're meant to be in somewhat of a formation, so if you're by yourself, get back with the line. Morris, you're not in the line with the rest of the guys.
That's crazy to try to have to fill in formation on the berm. I mean, there's little pockets here. That's funny. Oh, man. I mean, it's crazy. CSA's had a dominating start, and yet the tickets, which is the most important thing in the game, doesn't really reflect that. So, I mean, I almost wonder... I mean, CSA, they could have early capped if they wanted to. They don't necessarily need to, just because of how much they're engaging the Union side. There's still a lot of time left, all things considered. We'll see where both sides are at the 30-minute mark, but looks like you got some Union main spawns, Beef and LFL pushing up. They're going to try to get a flank on A and V. Oh, it's too tight for them. A and V is going to shift, and they're going to use the buck and ball, I assume. You can see Union in the distance on the opposite side of the berm right now. I think they're trying to shoot this way. Maybe not. Yeah. So Union's trying to just kind of surround the position and shoot inward and wipe them that way. LFL backs out. Outside the berm, they get shot out. So, I mean, Union's had a good response to this. They're keeping their distance for the most part and just trying to squeeze them out. The rest of the CSA team needs to get engaged here. I mean, the buck and ball regiments for the CSA have really been the only regiments doing anything. I mean, again, these guys are following plan. It's not like they're doing anything wrong. It's just, it sucks for CSA that, you know, half the team's not engaged here. CSA would probably be dominating, or at least a lot more competitive in this area if these guys got involved. And you got 5th New Hampshire, CVA over here, kind of shooting from the bottom of the hill. You saw the Texas Guards shift up this way. I mean, A and V, and maybe some others holding their own, which the Union... Oh, Lee already shot. I mean, that CSA battery on the bottom of the hill, sometimes those CSA artillerymen like to run up and take the Union guns when they take the ground, which, I mean, CSA is starting to push up that side. I mean, you got the Texas Guards up top with some 13th Georgia. You got Serpents Brigade in Midwest. Speaking of the artillerymen for CSA, they're starting to take the Union guns. So, the group here, Hampton's Legion, TKO, IVB, they got to get out, and they're starting to run to their lines. I mean, you got 6 Arkansas rolling up the side with Jenkins Brigade as well. So, I mean, all things considered, really good match for CSA so far. They're slightly ahead on tickets.
Back on the berm. On the left oblique, left oblique.
Black down. Oh, hey, fill it in here, fill it in here, keep fighting, let's go.
And I mean, Union actually kind of spread out themselves right now. HD, Inland Mississippi, 53rd Ohio, shooting down towards those Mississippi units, which it looks like there's a group even further back than... I mean, nice little volley. I didn't get a good shot of it, but NYV pretty far away, or 6 New York pretty far away from everything. They had really good plays in HGC last night. They won CSA a match, that's for sure. But rest of the CSA team for now pushing up. The point TKOs with 2nd U.S. Cav, stranded Midwest guy. JDH wants him dead.
JDH, you're not no bayonets, no bayonets.
I didn't even realize that. Holy crap, the blood on the tent. That's something new. JDH apologized for that. Good man, though. It happens. So, I mean, CSA have full control of the camp. Really well done from them. They just got to keep the momentum going, and I mean, they'll probably hit the Union side down to engage by the 30-minute mark, if not around there. And even if they're going a little slow, they can just early cap that point and push up whenever they want, because at this close range, the buck and ball should work supreme for them.
Moving left to right. Through the tent. There's also a line right oblique.
One more shot and then we retreat. One more shot and then we retreat. One more shot and then retreat. Second you take that shot with me.
We ready?
Independent.
You did it to try to save me from... How dare you?
Independent, take shot. Another quick in retreat march.
I mean, wow, this is... It's kind of spectacular how fast they took it. I mean, historically, not really, but with the last time or two I've seen this with the new ticket balance changes, that really hasn't been the case. I mean, CSA's just use this map and the situation that this map is in to their full advantage. I mean, they just push the buck and ball right up to the berm. Union a little spread out, CSA taking advantage of it. And I mean, Raven now, Union's a little spread out. Trying to contain, but it was looking like it was working a couple minutes ago. Now not the case anymore, just because CSA has been able to secure their left, which Union's trying to use the extreme right side of CSA lines to push out. Texas Guards looks like they're trying to flank that. NYV, 88th New York on another great arty shot. How many are going to... Still about half a line there. Maybe a little less than half. Crazy for the amount of blood that was there.
6 or 7.
6, 7. He said it. Not me, I was just following up. So Texas Guards getting a flank on the beef. That just makes me want to go get Arby's every time I see beef. So both sides very close to engage. At the 30-minute mark, Union will hit first. Bayonets will be equippable once someone drops to engage. Sprinting is now live.
One face, independent.
Free battle for bayonets, boys.
By that, we got one large U.S. group to the south. We got a flag moving head over to the southeast.
So, I mean, the points back here. Looks like some of those CSA groups in the backside starting to flank around. So the point says it is here. Union can cap it, though, I think from all the way down here. So they can back off the tent area if they want. Which, I mean, you got Hampton's Legion and Hood's Division starting to react to the CSA shifting this way. It's 6 New York.
You see those flags?
I mean, they're just kind of trying to use those Mississippis and pincer them. Whereas the fight's really going down to the south here. How far over can you go? Okay, I don't know why you can go this far down, but that's kind of funny that you can. Which, I mean, some Union units are here. B pushing up, trying to get shots there. In an interesting spot. A and B looks like they're moving towards the center, trying to go through the tents here. Rip that guy. And Union hits engaged, so bayonets and sprinting both live now.
Keep filling out the line.
So, a bunch of good shots there, back and forth. Union's pushing out to where 6 New York is at. So Union backs off. I mean, that bucketball is going to do wonders at close range for the CSA side. And it does look like CSA is capping, because that's way faster than natural decay. My guess would have to be these guys here from JB on point. With Union starting to be pushed completely out of the area and tickets being so even, I think CSA early capping this is fine. It's the same exact thing that we saw in the previous round.
Engage them, lads, engage!
Love the Mississippi Force in front, trying to get a cheeky little flank.
Brace.
Hold this corner, hold this corner. Sorry, 13th, I didn't mean to shoot you.
They charge into 13th Georgia, 6 Arkansas assist there. The IT director. No! Oh, we got Sears, though. He was moonwalking there for a second. Oh, bucking ball. Slays another player. So, CSA early cap, black timer stops, gold timer begins. Again, time very much being an issue for the CSA side. I mean, kind of a slow pace. What is... The Unions get shredded out here.
Just go.
That was a volley. Who was that?
Back in, yep. Good shit.
HL, IVB.
Chuck back in on the 10th.
Really good volley from them there on the side of 6 New York. 6 New York really distracting. CSA starting to go down to the bottom of the hill. Midwest Brigade here. CSA now hit engage. So, I mean, a difficult part for Union now is they have to charge at shotguns in... I mean, there's all the tents and whatnot, but they don't stop bullets. And, I mean, a lot of the Union team is fighting over the area not on the point. CVA charging into 11 Mississippi. They're going to push them back, but HL IVB are going to charge 6 New York.
Kill him. HL, they don't have bales. They don't have bales. Kill him, HL. Where are you running?
Come here, bitch. Fuck you. Come here, bitch. Fuck you.
So CSA sweeping the bottom of the battlefield here. Or sorry, oh my goodness, that was Union. The greatest commentary here, by the way. So, good charge there from HL, TKO, IVB. They win. I mean, CSA won in the center here, although they're about to be pushed down. They're a little scattered right now. Further up the hill, just like looks like a lot of close range shooting there. As we're 2 minutes into this counterattack.
They're coming.
Let's go.
I'm wagging now. I claim this is the wagon. Hey, I saved you.
HL, keep pushing up the hill, Keep going.
I mean, that's going to help Union's side here, as a lot of this Union side is trying to push the point from the open. Again, I think they can cap from all the way down here. It is a little bit in the open, but even though it's kind of hard to tell from here, if you're CSA up here, it's enough of an elevation change where you can't really see down there. You kind of have to make yourself be seen.
like you crouch on if you can be fully hidden. If you can be fully hidden behind the rock and then get down, use it.
But TG putting themselves in a nice little spot there to kind of counter that. So, I mean, a lot of the Union trying to go to the east side here. You got a lot of mix of Union in different places, though. Some keeping a shootout going. I mean, last map, right, with CSA early capping, very difficult for the Union defense to retake. This map is up there as well in terms of difficulty to retake. Not impossible, but
Jesus Christ,
not easy. So, Union side looks like they're trying to push up on Texas guards. TG takes shots and backs off. Union line just needs to go. You can't really just stop. I mean, they shoot them off, but they have to go in together. Like 88th New York's going in on their own.
Break reloads at brace. Sorry.
Just keep killing the officer.
So sorry.
Hold on my
And here comes the rest of the Union lines now. So this is a good attempt from him. Will it work?
Push the point, push the point. Get on cap right here, right here. Actually, keep charging. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Keep going.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tom. You... Oh,
Someone just ripped canister in front of us. So, and Union has lines here. They're slowly taking it back. CSA starting to win out, though. Where that initial charge tap and TG sitting here.
Yeah, bro. Guys, try to do L formation.
Meanwhile, you got some CSA on the open here on the flank, Midwest. I mean, CSA just trying to surround. I mean, Union, if they retake here, they're going to regain about a fourth of a stage since they're down. 6 New York's rolling up on the flank.
Hey, yo.
A lot of good shots there. CSA starting to take the point back. More Union, though, from the south-southwest charging in.
I got you, killer. Appuie sur T.
So, on both sides winning on the flanks. CSA pushing up. They wiped 2 Union flags, though.
Keep the flag down.
So they're going to keep pushing. CSA looks like they should probably hold this. Man, things are flipping really fast. So it looks like we got more charging in the center here.
Charge them too.
Go get them.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm stabbed. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
Props to whoever made this campfire, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, man, to kill you, fucks.
So CSA retained the point, still up about a fourth of a stage. Halfway through the counterattack, you got more Union rolling through. Beef here, 88th New York. CSA flag down there. Union's down 2 flags there. So this looks like the last Union push-up for at least a minute or two.
Kill that flag. Get that flag out of here.
And so CSA holds. Looks like you got some more Union trickling with that flag. 6 New York's going to counter push that.
You're not special. You're cut in half. I'm British. You're not. It's a sin to not be British. You should know by now. Hey, I'm American.
See, Rico.
So at the end of all of that, it looks like CSA will maintain the point. Union down 2 flags still. CSA down 1. That one should be recoverable. Although Union, some of them are just going in, which looks like a lot of them are. Some of them aren't. And who's this? HL IVB up in front.
Keep pushing. Head right, head right.
HL does not know between left and right. You see it here first.
I got it.
Someone shoot that man.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You do not have permission.
Die, piece of shit. Die.
Get the flags, get the flags, go for it, go for it.
Nice shot.
Although HL IVB get the flag out. More Union reinforcements. CKO. 11 Mississippi. 53rd Ohio. 2 core guys. They come through, finish that off. A couple more CSA. So in the end, a really good charge there from Union. 2 CSA flags down. 3 down, actually. And it looks like Union should retake because CSA's been pushed off the point area. Wow. Good job on Union there.
Let's go, brace right here. They're coming from these kids.
Hold. Come on. I'm looking for him.
So both sides now hitting taken losses. You'd think after this much charging, both sides would be down even more tickets.
Fuck you. Move, goddammit. You're my fucking way. You're my fucking way, Yankee. Move. Fucking move. Fucking move. Fucking move.
Yeah, punch that door.
Come back here, boy. Come back here.
Get that flag.
Morris there to get the flag out. So Union will retake. They're going to regain a little bit on tickets there. The Black Timer will continue, but that's, I mean, perfect counterattack for the CSA side. I mean, Union didn't regain a lot, so that's pretty good. On top of that as well, I mean, both sides being brought down a significant amount of tickets during that counterattack. Now, it sucks that they lost it in the end because you hold for a couple more minutes, you win the game, but it is what it is. Plenty of match left. And with those flags, CSA has 3 flags down. 5-minute despawn timer on those. They can obviously go and pick them up, so...
All the way on the left there. Oh, jeez.
CSA might not push the pace as much. Just because those flags are down, a guy dies, has to spawn back at main. But Union will have a chance to reset here. I mean, they're very much... I mean, the thing is, Union's still in this match, even though CSA's definitely been the better team so far. Especially regaining a couple tickets there, I'm sure it helps. They just need to win on the ticket battle, but also win just generally. And what I mean by that is, like, CSA's kind of taking ground where they want to. The buckeball regiments have really controlled the breed out here, and it's let CSA take control of the map. And so, even though Union, you know, taking the point back, knocking some flags down is huge for them, CSA, once they get formed back up, would probably try to do the same thing again. Of course, might be different for the next couple of minutes just due to the fact that CSA's down a couple flags. Looks like Barnes picking up that one flag that was downed over here.
Yeah, I got somebody's flag.
So both sides resetting here. Shootouts are going to continue. So, I mean, if I'm CSA or P, if I'm Union side, I'm stacking up a lot more of my guys in this area here. And the moment CSA get up into the berm, I'm charging them out. That's what Union needs to do. Or at least contain them to where they can destroy them from multiple sides. Which, I mean, you got 88th New York and TKO kind of doing that to the south here. And, I mean, this is A&V pushing up. They're one of the groups with their flags.
Oh my god!
They're screaming.
Oh, they're all dead! Oh, you guys are all just dead.
Yeah. Bye, killer.
What's that on our right? What's that on our right flank?
Oh, there's nothing there.
Flag.
A nice little volley there. Knocks him down. I mean, CSA just kind of making this a shootout. That's kind of the only thing they can now. That's a little risky here. Snow Hunter and Credgley. I'm sorry if I butchered that. They're pushing out. They're trying to get the flags. If they get down, oh man, I think he might have blocked the shot for him.
What is going on, bro? What's my internet doing?
But it looks like they'll get the flags out risky because if if they pick them up and get shot right away, 5-minute time reset. So CSA's got all their flags. Good on them for that. And CSA is starting to mount up within the berm itself again.
Move up here.
Hold, independent fire.
Jesus Christ. Holy fucking
Let's get healthy, guys. Come on.
I mean, see, CSA really pushing up on the bottom. I'm just trying to think what can Union do at this point. I mean, CSA's decently spread out. They could try to charge at them just because they have the ticket advantage. I mean, you'd think the shootout would work in Union's favor, but the buck and balls really evened out that ticket advantage that the Union side has.
There's a unit flag right there. Just be ready for the
left.
Oh, left,
coming out, coming out.
Field. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Chest fight, aim the chest.
Oh.
Enemies on your left.
Shoot through the tents.
So, Union team keeping most of the guys in the tent area. They have a couple groups flanking around to the outside to deal with the CSA. Down to the northeast east, IVBHL, I think HD as well. Doing this earlier, doing it again.
Sprint on me, sprint. Form it right here. Fucking blow them apart. Fire at will.
Let's just charge that shit.
Yeah, charge.
Go. Shoot and charge, HLD! Show you what HLD is all about, baby, let's go! Fuck you!
did it to you, buddy. HLD did it to you.
Give it to him! Keep going!
Good call and good charge there. That's a wipe. CSA don't lose a flag, though. They didn't have one down there. CSA just building up more and more momentum in the center. Union kind of backing off, keeping a little distance here from the CSA. Trying to use the caissons and the tent here maybe as cover, or just even a visible cover. It's a nice little tent here. The poor guy didn't have time to put his shoes on. It's oddly specific to be in the tent. You can't sleep there, sir. This is probably not your tent. Also, how are you sleeping face down? And he's holding himself up like a plank. That's honestly maybe a little impressive. I take that back. Man, honestly, I almost wonder if Union should just shoot through the tent here at an angle and not try to pop out and take a shot. I don't know how these Union guys aren't dying here.
They can't shoot through 2 tents. Only one.
Watch your left, guys.
Oh, left side.
We're fucked.
So far, this shootout's going in CSA's favor. That buck and ball must be doing something, too. Looks like you got more shootouts commencing to the east here. London, Mississippi running over to help. The multitude of Union units there. 6 New York over here with CBA.
Down to the waist, okay? Aim at chest, shoot as it drops down.
Oh, dear.
Oh, well, you're fucking dead.
Y'all get it. Y'all get fucking smoke.
Oh, my lord. Press right, gentlemen. Keep dressing.
So they're keeping the shots going, but I mean, with the amount of time that's left, you want to hit the defender down to taking losses by the 20-minute mark. CSA's doing great on time. I mean, again, the early cap is phenomenal. I wonder how aggressively CSA is going to want to push this once Union hits breaking, just because they can instantly win upon capturing, which, I mean, CSA is slowly inching their way down the readout right now. And kind of on the camp on the left side of your screen. They're using the caissons there. Union's charging 6 New York on the bottom side of the map here.
Keep that flag. Keep that flag.
Up and over, keep going for the flag. Keep going for the flag.
They're coming up and over. Get ready for them. Fuck you. We're going asshole. Brace, yo. Brace.
Shout out.
Pop it over. Twist their gun. Press
Get in.
And
Come here, Yicky.
while I would stay here, it looks like CSA will win that. Points being capped right now. Can they cap from here?
Shoot him into breaking.
They must be able to cap inside the tents here. TG there with shots opposite side. A&V's charging in the 80th. New York is not even looking.
Gentlemen. Hey, gentlemen. Hey, gentlemen, we're in your room.
We are in your line.
Oh, those robots behind us.
Behind us.
Oh shit, gentlemen! In retreat, follow me.
You know, at that point, you might as well just charge. If an enemy's on top of you, you just charge. So, Union hit break, and if CSA cap, they win the game. CSA outnumbers Union by so much around the point. I mean, Union has a lot of their forces down on the bottom hill. They lost a flag there, although it looks like it will be retrieved. And you got Union trying to flank around as well. Yeah, it's over. Unless CSA just walk off the point, but this ain't a campaign match.
Look at that snow.
Right side, on the right side, on the wagon.
Southwest.
So, I mean, really good round from CSA, just from beginning of the round, the strategy they had involved here, really well done from them. Looks like we'll have a little charge in the tent here.
Get into them.
Meet you, come here.
Oh shit, sorry man.
Oh, Union's starting to take the point back. Oh, it's teetering. I mean, that Union group from the bottom of the hill looks like they showed up. Oh, CSA take it back really fast. What's going on? Ah, they're pouring through here from the southwest side. Oh, Union's taking it back. This round ain't over yet, I guess. And you got Union guys to the southwest side charging in. Man, I don't know how Union didn't lose there.
That's a fucking
So kind of a scrap still going on here. Union outnumbers. What is going on? Wow.
Bonjour, Jean Castex est parmi moi.
So, what a hold from Union there. I mean, you do have a part of the CSA team down there, which may or may not have made the difference. Union's still down in tickets. I thought the round was going to be over there. I mean, there was no Union near point. And CSA had like 3/4 of their team here. I don't know how they didn't win that. But nonetheless, Union survives. And they're going to keep the match going here.
Hey, 12, come with me, 12, come with me.
Man, I thought it was over. I don't know, maybe Union could pull something out here. We'll see Seasoning trying to go out here. I mean, maybe trying to get that flag, hitting a couple of artillerymen as well.
Oh, I wasn't loaded. Shit.
So, CSA has 2 of their flags there. It looks like the 1st Louisiana flag gets dropped. It's got the little lamb on there, as gentle as a lamb.
On this line, looking down north.
He looks a little sad, though. I mean, he's smiling, but the eyes just show depression. So, you know, again, right, that early cap is continuing to show how good of a thing it was for the CSA side, because, like, imagine you just take the early cap out of the game, which obviously the game would play different if CSA didn't early cap there. But assuming the early cap doesn't happen, right, both sides are in a higher taking losses with 15 minutes left, and CSA, that's not really a lot of time left to do anything. So the fact that both sides are in their final stages before the true final stage, which that wording made 0 sense whatsoever, but they're in their second to last stage, the better way to put it, is huge with 14 minutes left. I mean, plenty of time. CSA's got the time to reform. Now, I assume they're just going to push up to the berm like they did before. Union's got to figure something out. Now, you could maybe say Union's got to pop out of the berm a little bit and just shoot down towards the CSA to just not let them walk up in here. Which, I mean, you do see a couple of 2-core French guys doing that, but there's also artillery here, which CSA doesn't have too much on the readout map, at least on the side CSA pushes up generally. So CSA's got 3 out of their 4 flags. Union side, they're all there. They're all together. HL pushing out a little bit.
Stand, boys, right here.
Forward on him, aim low.
Aim low, you heard him. Let's go. Fire till they get here.
There it is.
Break your loads and brace, break.
Get some, motherfucker, get some.
Brace it.
Get some, motherfucker.
Stay in line. Let's go. Stay braced.
Make sure you press
Stay
the T.
braced. Stay in line. Let's go.
Counter charge, counter charge.
Union holds the charge.
Charge. Let's go.
Get that flag, get it, get it, get it.
That was a good arty shot. Only team killed 1, I think.
Spread out, independent.
I mean, Union won the charge, right? But CSA still holding with a good amount of guys nearby. I don't know why Union's focused on charging CSA on the bottom of the hill here. I mean, it's not a significant amount of Union, but every man's going to matter on point. I mean, if CSA is spreading themselves out like this, Union needs to defeat in detail by all grouping up and hitting CSA one by one by one. Not spreading yourself out to match them, which, are they charging?
Hey, bud, sit the fuck down.
You want to get munched, buddy?
So CSA is going to win the charge down there. Going back up to the point, it looks like it's just kind of a shootout with 20th Georgia, A&V kind of behind Union.
Yeah, that's enemy down the burn.
Alright, A&V left face at the sprint. Let's go.
Left face at the sprint, you heard him go.
We're going with him, Canada. Alright.
What a shot on that guy. So, I mean, they're going to push down, start to collapse in. The Union lose the flag down there, they did. So Union's down a flag right now. Looks like the first LAB flag despawns there. So you said the first LAB, that's the War Rights Regiment, and the Zouaves. That's why I called the flag that. That's a crazy arty shot. It like clipped the dirt here, I think. I think it clipped it and then exploded here. That's a crazy shot. It's pretty precise too. Or accurate. What? There's a difference between the two. Accuracy is how close a given set of measurements is to the true value, and precision is how close the measurements are to each other. So accurate would be the term there. Yeah.
Canada finishing these guys up. They're running away. They're actually running away.
So the Union line starting to back up a little more here. I mean, CSA have a pretty significant ticket lead this late into the match. And I mean, Union's just trying to give themselves a little bit more cover here. And so these CSA guys should get up. I mean, this is nice for Union's side, knowing that they're not facing the whole CSA team. I mean, we know up here, not necessarily down there, but I mean, CSA's just got all the guys on buck and ball too, which numbers are fairly even. So
He's got a nice fucking flow of hair too. That's pretty dope.
C'est les morts.
Fire through them tents.
Depuis je suis mort.
Avance à droite.
Merci
Avance à droite.
À droite, il a reçu. Je suis pas clair.
Tirer encore.
Mets-les-moi, les gars.
So you CSA just they've got the time. They're just shooting this down to the last stand and then creeping up. I mean, a couple of them are already getting a little antsy here. Jenkins Brigade going up. Oh, that's a ballsy Union guy there. Getting up on that caisson. Why are you doing this?
One.
Get in there, CBA, get in there.
I mean, they're probably just trying to get their flag back. I just think it's unnecessary because Oh, man. If the CSA attack is going to put a part of their team away from the point as this late in the match, I don't think you should be there. That's just me, though. I mean, I can get if a Union group is, like, here and shooting down towards them. But, I mean, a lot of the Union guys' focus is down to the east here, far away from the point. And, I mean, the last time the Union... Or what, Union hit breaking, CSA was starting to take the point. I guess Union got up from the bottom of the hill in time, but it makes you worried, right? So, CSA looks like they're starting to up and over this readout and go in. CSA already, nice shot. Union hit last stand. If they die, they don't come back. So CSA sweep that pretty much quickly. Here comes some more Union, though. There was a canister shot just ripped right through that.
You filthy piece of shit! All of you need to die!
And pending anything crazy, this should be the end of the round. Now, last time I said that it wasn't, so... You never know. Union guys trickling in. You got a little charge that's going to happen over here. So, that should do it. We're locking in. It's for sure over. But I mean, all things considered, it was just a really well executed round from the CSA team. They do hit Union or CSA in the final push, but yeah, I mean, just put in the guys where they need to be. You put the guys with the buck and ball on the readout, close range to Union. You keep the guys with the Mississippis a little further away from the fight for more of a shootout. And I mean, it worked pretty well. Really well for them. Now, the tickets are fairly even because Union's got that ticket advantage. But even with that, CSA was able to work in and win. And so, I mean, all things considered, a really good match. And the ticket balance seemed to be pretty good, all things considered, for a round like this. Because if a side has buck and ball, you should give the enemy a little bit of an advantage in tickets. But nonetheless, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the War of Rights broadcasts we get to, early access to all our non-War of Rights content. Thank you to our current YouTube members for your support. It's greatly appreciated. If you're playing in this match, send me a link to your POV, and we can put that in the bottom of the video in the pinned comment. But appreciate y'all. God bless. We'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.